Okay, so
Second Republic of France.
again, the derivative of a composite function, we will use a rule known as the chain rule, and the chain rule is used to find the derivative of composite functions. So let's try to review and remember what a composite function is. Anybody remember what a composite function is? I'm pretty sure you do. Once I tell you, you'll remember. So, I don't know if you remember from Algebra 2 when the teacher would ask you to find something like this. It would say find h of f of g of x. Do you remember doing that?
Yes.
Yes? So, it's a composite function because it's a function that's made up of several functions. It's composed of other functions. Yes? You remember seeing this? Now, they obviously have to tell you what the functions are. So I want you to find this if h of x is equal to x to the third, f of x is equal to sine of x, and g of x is equal to 4x. What would you do if I asked you to find that? To find h of f of g.
Start like putting them in each other.
Plug in f into the h. Where do I start though?
I think you start with the G.
We start with the g, right? We work from the inside
Yeah.
out. Okay, so I start with the g, and what do I put into g? I put x, but does g already have x in it? Yeah, so when they put x, what did they get? 4x. So now I get all of g, and I put that where? Into f. Okay, so let me write that down. Hold on, because you're getting ahead of me. So right here, we're going to replace this with what? 4x. Okay. And then I'm going to put all of that into what? Into the f function, right? So now it's going to go where? Sine, right? So now this right here is what?
Sine of 4x.
Sine of 4x. Okay, I'm with you. And then all of that is going to go into which function?
Sine of 4x cubed.
The h function, right? Which will become sine of 4x to the third power. Wow. Those are brackets, yes. They are a grouping symbol that could be used in place of parentheses. Yes? Is that okay? Alright. So, when we're finding a composite function, we have to work from the inside out, right? Okay. The chain rule is very similar to that, but the chain rule is asking you to find the derivative of that composite function. And actually, chain rule, we work the opposite way. We work from the outside all the way to the inside. Okay, so we work with each layer at a time. So what we're going to use to help you describe that is a candy. I'm going to draw a candy over here. I'm going to try to draw it. Please do not make fun of me.
Just like you.
Huh. You ran it, please.
If you just squint just a little bit. No, it looks like actual new hair.
What?
His hair looks spiky though.
Okay? So this is a lollipop, right? And the lollipop is covered with a what? A wrapper. And then within the wrapper is the...
Do we draw it?
My head.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Every choice you make in life has a consequence. So within the wrapper we have a candy shell, right? A hard candy shell.
Wait.
And then within that hard candy shell we have a what? A bubble gum. Have you ever had one of these candies?
Yeah.
You've never had one? What would this be? A blow pop. Very good. So this is a blow pop. Okay? So this outer layer right here is called the wrapper. He's not married to Kim Kardashian. The red layer is the candy shell, right? And the pink layer is the
How much black?
Bubble gum.
Disgusting. Oh my God.
So this is kind of like the composite function, right? When they make the blow pop, what do they start off with?
Gum.
The gum, right? And then they put that gum inside of what? A candy shell, right? And then they put that candy shell inside of a wrapper. Oh my God! Who would have thought that that's a composite function? Okay? Are you with me? Can you visualize it, or do you need to actually feel the blow pop and hold it in your hand?
actually
So you can visualize it and internalize the composite function.
Yeah.
Yes?
Internalize.
Good job. Good thing I brought some, okay? So I do have some blow pop.
How lucky.
You guys are so lucky that, I just came across these the other day.
What a little queen.
Just lying on the side of the road.
I saw them on the side of the road.
That's not healthy.
So they're actually left over from last Halloween.
Legit a year ago. Oh my god.
I mean,
Yo,
yo,
we're just-
Let me see if this is enough. That might be enough. You can get the flavor of your choice. It's all about the internalization of this.
Internalization of the
green one or red?
internalization of
Yes.
the blow pop.
The watermelon is the best one.
Oh,
Is your watermelon there, Alex?
do not open them yet, please. Yeah, let's save this experience. I want to have it together.
One is a big one.
I know, I was like staring at it and I was like, I can't find the flavor, and then I was like,
What?
oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
Got a pen or a second? This one? That's pencil. That's really fat leg. 1.3. My pen has a point.
That reminds me, you know how you said my head was what my friends call me. Like they call me ones like guys that don't
Cherry.
You have a lollipop yeah,
Somewhere else?
Oh yeah, it's okay. That is a lot.
last time I had
Your flavor you don't like is not very
Back in the middle school days, you got this is bad. Like middle school was great. I'll like an extra large lollipop. So you were like those like so big. Like my head got too big.
You don't like those, I can open up another bag.
But look, got something right now.
Great. That'll work?
There was nothing now.
Sometimes we do that. They're like, I tried it.
I can do the grape and sour apple if you don't like those. I can open up. Sour apple? You want
I'm legit singing to it so much to this class compared to all the others. I'm always singing. I used to sing next to this class.
I couldn't spell lollipop to save my life. I put lollipop.
I am also well one because it's so focused on you like that. My face.
That's your lollipop?
It's catching the I'm already chewing a gum.
Alright,
There's more last year than this
so
year.
now we have a blow pop, yes?
Yes.
And now we know that a blow pop is in a representation of a,
The picture was a
not a derivative, a composite function, right? It's created from the inside out. Okay, great. So, now let's talk about how to eat a blow pop.
Are you gonna like?
We can open it yet, right?
Not yet, we
Are
have
we
to write
gonna
the
follow the
steps and
steps?
follow them.
We're gonna count the
So
lips.
what's the first step to eating a blow pop?
You're opening it.
Open
Take
it.
off the wrapper.
Stick it in
Good,
your
so
mouth.
let's write that down, okay? So we have to deal
First you must inspect
With the wrapper.
with the wrapper.
Actually, your parents do that?
Deal with the wrapper, remember that you can't
Oh yeah.
lick the candy shell
Oh, okay, I was like,
while unwrapping?
How would you?
what? Is that a challenge?
Because that would be
Gross.
gross.
Jinx.
It would be glass.
Okay? So first we remove the wrapper, and remember, don't start licking it until the wrapper is removed.
So we take off the wrapper.
Okay? So if you would like to eat it right now and share in this wonderful experience, yes, you may remove the wrapper at this time. If you would like to wait till later to eat it, you're more than welcome to do that.
twist off
Just
the top.
envision yourself unwrapping it. Okay? Or if you'd like, I can show you a video of somebody unwrapping it.
Dude, I wanna see the video. I wanna see the
Are you okay?
No.
You can envision it?
Alright, let's watch the video.
Maybe
Watch the
another-
video. Let's watch the video.
I
Okay,
don't
we
know.
can
So
look
do
at
I,
it, right?
do I lick it now?
Hold on to it, right? We're not ready for the next step. So what's the next step? What do we deal with now?
Lick it aggressively.
Very good. Deal with
It's a candy shell.
the candy shell.
I like my nipples instead of person.
Okay.
We want to deal with that candy shell after you unwrap it, right? And what do? You eat the shell. Yum. You licked it?
You actually lick it?
Lick it more, okay?
How far?
Lick it a lot,
At least so.
okay? Keep licking, hurry up.
I don't finish licking, like I just bite it all off at once.
No, come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
You
Like
can
my
only
tia,
lick.
she licks it twice.
No
and then
biting, okay?
Bites it all off. I'm like, I'm like,
So,
hurry!
Are we almost done licking?
No! Wait! I'm
Keep
so
going, hurry up.
I'm
Hurry up, because I want to get to the next step. It's never gonna happen? Come on, you guys are fast. Just
You must have
keep
an hour.
twisting it like that.
Ow, my ear.
Like, would you put it into a drill? Just like, I
Yeah, put it in a drill like the one with the cord. Watch it with your hair, okay?
Have you seen the guy who like takes off his front teeth?
Yeah, be careful. Watch it with your teeth. Alright, so let's imagine that we finished licking it. And finally, what do we get to?
Want to live this experience, sir?
Finally, we get to the gum.
I tried doing it, it doesn't work.
Okay? So the last thing you do is deal with the deliciousness
That's too much for you.
Imagine for the people watching.
of the gum. Yay! And then what can you do with the gum?
Spit it out.
Chew it. You can blow bubbles, right? So pretend this is you with your hands up in the air.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Wait, what the?
This is your mouth and you're blowing a wonderful
Why do we
bubble.
only have one eye?
I am legit Mike from Monster.
Why can I close
Cuerpo de uva. Good? Alright. So, now that we have the idea of how to eat a lollipop, that's the same idea we need to do when we're finding a derivative. Okay, so if we look at this function, this composite function, I'm sorry,
Haven't finished drawing.
what part of this composite function would be the wrapper? Which one's the outermost layer? H of x, right? Which is the final thing that we have here. So this right here is the wrapper. That's what we would start off with. Then what would be the next layer? What would be like the candy shell? The sign of 4x, which is this letter, right? This is my candy shell. And then which part would finally be the gum? The 4x. Okay? So my goal is to work from the outside all the way to the inside. Okay? So I can reach that bubble gum. Pretty good?
Yes.
Alright, so you ready to learn how to take the derivative of a composite function? Alright, so what do we start off with? The wrapper, right? Okay, so the first step is to work from the outside in. So you're gonna deal with the derivative of the outer
How do you spell that?
the outermost
I copy everything you say, so I did that.
layer. I have to remember to not, okay, so don't change the inner guts. Gross. Yeah. We're not changing anything inside when we remove that wrapper, right? We're just removing one layer. So remember, you're finding the derivative of that particular thing. So pretend this wasn't here and it's just something to the third. I need the derivative of something to the third. What would that be? Something to the third. How do I get the derivative of that? We don't change the guts inside. Whatever's in there stays the same. So what was in there? Sine of 4x. So this would be 3 sine of 4x